Now, let's get into it. So we are talking about show and tell Einstein for Marketing Cloud, and our presenter is Vaibhav Malhotra today. So let's dive in. Over to you, Vaibhav.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vikas. Let me start sharing my screen.
Yeah, and Vaibhav, you can start with your introduction. That will be great.
Yep. So, hello everyone. My name is Vaibhav, and I and Vikas are working in horizontal. So it's been 1 year now that I've been working in horizontal as a Scrum Master and functional consultant. And before that, I was working in Wipro. So, Marketing Cloud. Now, I think I've been very well versed with it. It's a great tool. I would recommend everyone, if you have been familiar with Salesforce, this is a great tool to work with. So before starting off with the session, we'd like to know who all are familiar with SFMC Einstein or Salesforce Marketing Cloud Einstein functionality. If you can put some thoughts in chat quickly in 2 minutes, we can see. It will be easy for me to present the show as in how much people already know about it. So I'll give a pause here and wait for 2 minutes to people to just give a one-liner. What do you think about, or what do you understand by Salesforce Einstein or Marketing Cloud Einstein? I see comments are pouring in. It's an AI-based tool. AI for email activities, AI feature. Yep, very close. Okay, I'll start. Okay, yes, it's another name for AI. AI is a broader term, and Einstein is a part of it. So, what does Einstein do? Einstein, if you have ever sent the emails or SMSs or ran the journey through the Marketing Cloud, Einstein analyzes all your journeys without you even asking it. It automatically goes in and does the work for you. And all the journeys, emails, push, SMS push messages that you have sent in the past, it starts from past 90 days and it gives you the insights and recommendation as in what all you can do to increase your deliverability rate or click rate or open rate. And when you have those insights going for you, in turn results in the higher purchase value of your product and services. So this is the short gist of what SMFC Einstein do. You can use to target, you can use it or leverage it in B2B or B2C sector to target your audience. So quickly diving into, yep. So first one is Einstein Messaging Insight. So this is one of the capabilities of the Einstein. What it does is, suppose you have been running a journey and you expect certain numbers to pop up, like you're sending 50,000 emails and you expect in start, you expect lower number of deliverability, a click rate and open rate, and gradually it increases. And initially you see that after 50,000 emails, you were only able to deliver somewhere around 7,000, 8,000. And gradually over months, you see that you have inched closer to 20,000 and then 30,000. Your expectations are matched with the journey that you are running, but someday you find that the number of clicks, open rates has certainly shoot up beyond your expectation, or certainly has gone down beyond below your expectation. When it goes down, it certainly it worries a lot, and you go into the brainstorming mode, how to mitigate that. And when it shoots up, you tend to get happy, and then you find the reasons why it went up. You tend to follow those strategy more. So what Einstein Messaging Insights does for you is it's give you the notification of the anomaly. Just like you get the WhatsApp message on your screen, mobile phone, it sends you the messaging insight, it sends you the anomaly that certain journey you were running for past couple of weeks has seen an anomaly. An anomaly is the click rate has suddenly shoot up. It was around 5,000, 6,000. Now it has went up to 12,000, suddenly double up. And how it happens is, as I said, Einstein messaging inside, without even you asking, it goes inside and analyzes all your journeys and messages. So one point is to be noted here is Einstein, any capability of Einstein never works on its own, but you have to enable it in the setup. Once you enable it, you do not have to give any instruction. It starts, it works on its own. So I'll present a demo by side. So when I'm talking about Einstein messaging inside, let me show. So you'll go into the setup. So this is my demo org. And one thing is, whatever functionality you are using, you have to type in the name here or just type in that Einstein and you will get the names of all the Einstein capabilities. Whichever functionality you want to turn it on, you can select. So I want to turn on Einstein messaging inside, so I'll click on it. And right now it is in disabled state, so I'll have to activate it. That's it. This activation button, when I've pressed, I have virtually given the instructions to Einstein messaging insights that you have to report anomaly to me whenever you will find one. Okay, so this is how you do it, but and then you will scroll to Einstein and you will click on messaging insights. So it shows the blank screen here. Why? Because this is my demo or I do not have my actual customer base, but I have been able to gather some insights. So this is how it looks. So I have chosen a virtual brand, CKS Limited, and what it is doing is so I created this. So on the right hand side, you can see the graph and the red lines denotes the anomaly. On the left hand side, I have all the journeys that is running currently, right? So Einstein messaging insights will only show journeys which have been encountered under an anomaly. If no anomaly has been encountered, it will not show any name here. But since the anomaly was found to be happening in those in these journeys, so it has listed down those names here. And on the right hand side, I would like to explain that there are two dotted lines and the graph is revolving around these two dotted lines. So what these two dotted line denotes is, one is the lower bound value. So it says that when the journey is running, you can expect the click rate or the open rate between these two dotted lines. So you have the upper bound, you have the lower bound, and you can see on the header that upper bound is 20.84% of the total number of sends that I have done through journey, and 11.25% is the lower bound, and it's the total number of journey emails that I've sent through the journey with the name of open rate anomaly. And the actual rate was found to be 5%. So this was way beyond the 11.25%. So Einstein has reported an anomaly here. So you can see at the dotted line here, the red line here, and the point where it says that anomaly has been encountered is way beyond this dotted line at the bottom. So this is how it works. I have one more example. Click rate. So that was an open rate anomaly, and this is the click rate anomaly. So upper bound was 13.49%, and it is not a flat line because on certain day you expect more emails to be open, you expect more emails to be clicked, and that all happens with the insights that has been served by Einstein. So Einstein predicts that on this particular day, let's say 6th of March, I'm expecting that my click rate would go down. So upper bound has certainly come down, and the lower bound value has certainly come up, because Einstein is predicting that open click rate will be somewhere between these two dotted lines. And as we move further with particular date, as we say 15th of March, the lower bound value has gone down, and upper bound value is constant. So this, in tandem with other features of Einstein, that predicts the upper bound and lower bound values, and the actual click rate is when the customer clicks, and Einstein gathers the data and presents it here. And when it finds that it is not lying between the upper bound and lower bound values, it will present the anomaly here. So when we say that ship confirm, so someone has purchased a product, and then shipping confirmation has been sent from the company, and the customer has not opened the email or checked the email that the product will be shipped on XYZ date. Moving on to the next point, that is Einstein copy insights. So you have seen that company sends you promotional emails to all of us. When we open our inbox, we found that some of the emails we have never registered to or subscribed to, still we get that, and many of them move to spam. So if you open your spam inbox, you will find that many of the emails will be categorized under promotional emails, and those are trying to pitch some of the other products to you. But Google's smart categorization, those in mailbox, those mails, promotional emails, got into spam box. And when you open those emails, you found that they have been trying to target the product. So if I say for males specifically, or maybe talking about the gender biased, males will specifically get the grooming products pitched to them, and for female there are a number of options that we cannot even list. So how does it happen? It happens because when we scroll on the social media sites, say Facebook or Instagram, we tend to click or like some of the things, consciously or unconsciously, and that activity gets captured by the cache that we have, or the cookies that we have. Similarly, what Einstein Copy Insights does is it analyzes all the emails that you have sent to the customer, and then it categorizes your subject line into different categories depending upon the tone you have used, the category, and then the category can be the promotional or the transactional. Suppose you have purchased a product, transactional email goes to your inbox saying that you have purchased so and so product and you have paid so and so money, and your mode of payment was this, you will get the product by this date. You tend to open that email because you want to know when you will receive your product, and that is transactional email. Another type of emails is when you've done the purchase, you will start getting the promotional emails. After one purchase, they will try to pitch another product to you. They'll say that we have new product in store, based on the we have different seasons. So when you move into winter season, you have end of season sale, and then when you enter into summers, then you have new summer collection. When we talk about the apparels. So Einstein Copy Insight, what it does for you is it brings you all the data that you have used so and so subject lines in the past, and X number, X, you can say the subject line was used continuously for 4 or 5 times, and it has performed better. A subject line was used 20 times at NOS purchase, it does not done well, and you should not use that. So what I'm trying to say is, if I move to next slide, what Einstein does is it lists down all the subject lines that you have used in the past. So I've taken a dummy brand that is called as CKS. My company name is CKS, and it has sent out the shipment confirmation to the customer who has done the recent purchase with the company. And the engagement rate was above average because of the obvious reason, because when you purchase the product, you tend to get the transactional email and you become curious about when you will receive the product. A sense of curiosity is there. You get excited that, okay, I have bought a product for myself. Now I'm waiting when I'll get the product. So people tend to open the transactional email. So above average rate, engagement rate has been encountered here. Similarly, if you move down, you say that seize the daylight saving. It's a promotional email, but it's a bit unique, which has not been used in the past. So you'll say, okay, average engagement rate is there, because people tend to open those statements, uh, those email with the headlines or the subject line, which is unique, or create a sense of excitement. So when we say seize the daylight savings, you tend to become curious, as in what it is trying to say. It is not pitching the any product, but it is trying to send across a message. So you tend to open that email. Similarly, if you go down, it has got subject line says, which is ending with the word says sale. You tend to ignore that email because you get hundreds of emails in a month which says we have a so and so discount, say 20%, 30% on XYZ product, and you tend to get frustrated or irritated, and you just move that email to the spam, and you don't open that. And that is why it says that it has not done well, and the engagement rate was below average. So this is a random figure, and the company I've taken is CKS, and it has no relevance with the existence of the original company. If it is there, it's purely coincidental. So what I'm trying to show here is, so you can get the insights as transactional email versus promotional email or the commercial email. You will always have higher engagement rates with transactional email, and it is evident if you will see your inbox also. You go and scroll 100 last emails of your inbox, you will find that transactional emails would be more engaged. You would have opened that, but you have not opened the emails that have been trying to sell a product to you, or giving up so and so or XYZ number of discount. So this is Einstein copy insights. Another thing, sorry. Yeah. So another thing Copy Insights does for you is it presents you that in the subject, when you were expressing fear, people have having the engagement rate have been low. As it can be seen here, it is -1. When you express joy, higher number of engagement rate was encountered, and it is like 16. When you show optimism, 28 people or 28% people were engaged. With love, higher number of people. And then sadness, we have low. So when you move towards negativity, people tend to avoid your emails. When you express positivity, joy or happiness, people tend to open your email. And talking about another factor which has been presented by Copy Insights is when you has ellipsis. Ellipsis is when you type something and you don't have anything to type, you type dot 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 or HMM, and then it says or you say dot dot dot. Okay, and you don't have any words to say. You put an ellipsis. So one subject line was used and the impact was green. And as you go down, you used a question mark, or call to action words were there. The company was asking you to make a purchase. You tend to ignore that email, and the impact was low. As you go down, when you put exclamation mark on your subject line, the impact goes down. So it's a great insights that have been presented by Copy Insights. Sometimes it happens that you have your own perception, and you tend to believe that, and that is why the deliverability or the click or the open rate goes down. But when you actually believe on the facts and figures, you get to know that what is working for you and what is not working for you. Similarly, now the another functionality we have is content tagging. Let me go to Einstein and say content tagging. Before that, let's go to setup. Let's say tagging. And then you'll have to click on settings. So you see 3 fields here. First one is maximum tags per image, the minimum confidence level, and prefix for each tag. Now, what is the significance of these 3 fields? So when we talk about maximum tags per image, so all the image or the creatives you upload to Marketing Cloud, you can put a tag to it, and the maximum number of tags that you can put a particular image is 25. Beyond 25, you cannot put more tags to it. It can be lower than 25, but the maximum limit is 25. Minimum confidence level. The confidence level signifies that when I'm doing a content search while putting it into my email for the journeys, let's say I'm trying to pitch a face wash to a man. So I'll type a new face wash collection in my store. What Einstein will do is it automatically brings you the content selected by itself and says that this product will go with this email, and it will increase the deliverability and the open and the click rate. So the confidence level 1 signifies that it should exactly match to what I am specifying. So if I type face wash, the image tagged with face wash will be shown to my screen. When I say 0.5, the other images which are not exactly face wash but can be scrub, can be face mask, those images will start to pour in. But when I say my confidence level is 1, it will look for exact match. Prefix for each tag. So now there's a nomenclature naming convention that you have to follow. Suppose there are two people working in a same account, sharing the same credit, and they both come in and they have their own images uploaded on the marketing cloud, and they do the tagging of the image depending upon their thought process, and they're not matching up. But Einstein will get confused which one to consider. They are similar images with two different names. Which one should I consider? What Einstein does is it gives you a naming convention that you have to prefix, stating that, okay, any number of people can come and upload image, but I'll consider only those images which will start with the tag I am suggesting it to you. So when Einstein says that please prefix for each tag MCJER, so all the images starting off with MCJER, Einstein will only consider those images. And images with the naming convention other than MCJER will not be considered for this insight collection. So let me continue. So let's say I click on, so these are the images, right? So now how can I apply tags to it is if you select any random image, freeform one, or maybe okay, so here I have the images here. When I select this, I click on tags. Yeah, now tags have come up. So either I can use the existing tags, which is athletic, daycare, heritage, hiking, or I can use, if I want to leverage the Einstein feature, I'll select only those tags which are starting off with MCJER, or if I want to just a second. Yeah, okay. So if I want to select the existing one, I can select MCJER, and as I've said, 25 tags you can put to a single image. So let's say I have tagged to it as heritage, and I'll say done. And I'll move to another one, and I'll tag here, and then again say heritage. I say done. So now what Einstein will done is it works 24 hours. So when I've tagged the image, it will take again 24 hours to analyze whether new images have been tagged. So now when I've tagged two images here with this say MCJER heritage, it will go ahead and look for similar type of icons. Maybe this one which says LinkedIn, and it will, when after 24 hours, it will come and check in. You will have to check mark it, and you'll have to click on tags. You'll find that MCJER heritage would have been selected. So this is the functionality of Copy Insights. What it does for you is You just have to select one or two images, tag it with a similar name or same name, and then all the images pertaining to social media sites or any categorization, it will pick up and put a tag to it. So next time when you are sending out emails related to social media networking sites, it will give you a recommendation that so and so images are available with respect to social media site, and can put in your email. It is highly recommended when you have, say, uh, 20 products to be offered, and 20 products have been categorized under 4 different categories. So next time when you are uploading the content which are pertaining to 4 categories, you do not have to put a tag to it. Einstein will already analyze that image and will categorize under those 4 categories. So it will make or make the task easier for you. When you have 50,000, 60,000 images to be uploaded, you cannot go in and manually tag those images. So it comes in handy here. Now we have a send time optimization. So what send time optimization does is it suggests few time uh, for the email to be sent. Like, say, for Indians, what we do generally is when we get up, we check our phones, emails, messages, and and if you're working from home, you tend to check your emails if there's an urgent task or not, and then you plan your day. Similarly, what Einstein does is it recommends you the time to send the emails, and it predicts that when you will send the emails at that particular time, the deliverability, the open and the click rate will increase, and in turn it will result in the higher purchase of your product and services. So what STO does is it determines the best time to send a message. It uses machine learning. It predicts the optimal send time so that user is likely to engage with your messages. So I'll move to the next screen. Let me go to the slideshow mode. So on the first, maybe the second one, and see the second block, it shows that it has analyzed somewhere around 52 lakhs emails, and out of those emails, it has been able to analyze 16 lakhs email, and rest were not. And on the right hand side, total emails sent was 9 crores emails, somewhere around 9 crores 45 lakhs emails, and then it analyzes 93 lakh email, and then 6 lakhs emails were not analyzed. So the reason why emails were not analyzed were they were pertaining to transactional emails. Transactional emails are not analyzed because any which ways you are going to send them, and it depends on the client or the customer who have purchased with you, whether he wants to open that email or not, but it's your duty to send, to showcase when your product will be delivered, what all you have bought, just a confirmation email. So those email will not be analyzed because you are not going to manually design those email and send it to your customer, but you will design promotional emails and commercial emails. So Einstein will only consider promotional emails here when it suggests the send time optimization or the best time to send the emails. When you move to the second block, you see that on Wednesday evening, 6 o'clock, 64 optimal send times open score has been encountered, or it is predicted by STO. When you have the daily average score as 27, when only 27 people were opening your email, say total number of emails have been opened and divided by number of days, we found the number as 27. STO predicted that please send the email on Wednesday, because I have encountered that on Wednesday people have opened the email the most, and at the particular time which is 1800 hours. So it's better to send emails on Wednesday instead of the rest of the day. Similarly, if you see the third block, so this was the third block. This shows all the emails that have been sent in past. It presents the insights from the past that you have already sent, and the last one suggests you when you should send the email. So as the title says, when would I send? I should send the email So Einstein would say that please select the day and I will let you know when is the right time. Okay, so I say I want to send the email to Saturday because I believe that people will be on the weekends and they will be free. They will have the leisure time opening their phones, checking out social media sites. So most probably they will open their email also. So Einstein said, okay, you want to send the email on Saturday, you go ahead and send, but send it on my recommended time, which is 1700 hours. So if you send the emails at 5 p.m. evening, the number of the chances of emails getting opened or the production services getting sold out will be in higher in number. So you can select that time to optimize. So there's a cost which is there when you run those marketing campaigns and you would want return and you would want maximum output out of it. So you can consider this Einstein recommendation and send the email at evening 5 p.m. and you'll find that the rate of open clicks or the product and services getting sold out is higher. Next is Einstein engagement scoring. So Einstein engagement scoring is it predicts with it works with email and mobile messaging. And uses machine learning to generate the models that out of these customer base that you have, this much customer base would likely to be you can say you have 40,000 odd data in your system, and it will list down all the data that have likely chances that they will click through your emails, links that you will provide in your emails, and your product and services getting sell out is higher, will be higher in number. So Einstein engagement scoring does the scoring for you. It gives you scores based on the past purchases those customers have done. So the basic rule how Einstein works is it analyzes your 90 days past data and presents you insights. It never uses 1 week old data or 22 weeks old data or 2 months old data. It generally lasts for 90 days and presents you the insights. So as I said, it assigns a score for subscriber likelihood to stay subscribe, open, click, and convert on the website. It will categorize all the subscriber based upon who are likely to open your email, who are just the window shoppers, who are just the they subscribe to your product and services, but they are not interested to purchase. You can form the strategy to convert them to being dormant to active and sort of thing like that. So if I move ahead and I show, so there are 4 types of categories that resides. The first is dormant, the second is window shopper, the third one is selective subscriber, and the fourth one is loyalist. So what are dormant and win back? As I've said, these are the people who are less likely to open your email and less likely to click on the link that you have sent. And these are the people who will incur more cost, but they will give you low returns if you run the marketing campaigns on them. Similarly, we have window shopper. These are the people with high open rate. So if you send them the email, they will open your email, but they are likely to they're unlikely to make a purchase. They are like, okay, if I'm liking that product, I'll buy it. But most likely, I know what is there in the email, and I will never going to engage in those emails. But I'll open that, but I'll never purchase. Selective subscriber, it is these are those people who are less likely to open your email, but once they open, they are likely to make a purchase. So if I'm getting n number of emails and I'm scrolling through the emails to see if there are any important emails, and if I come across an email, I think, or it looks tempting to open, I open it. There was no intention to open it, but I opened it, and I was scrolling down, and I suddenly got the urge to purchase, and I made a purchase. So those are the selective subscriber. They are less likely to open, but they're highly likely to purchase. And the last is loyalist. Loyalists are the one, whenever you'll send the email, they are going to open it. They're fanatics about you. They are just curious about the new product when you launch this promotional discount or any campaign that you run. So whenever you send the emails to those customers, they are highly likely to open those emails, and then they are highly likely to make a purchase. So let me go to the presenter mode. So open prediction, it has reported that audience health is poor. So I've taken a random data. It has got no relevance with the actual data, just to present what this Einstein feature does. So suppose I have some millions data in my system, and so I have millions record in my system. So Einstein has analyzed those data and said that all the data that you have in the system are in poor health. They are less likely to make a purchase. They are less likely to open your emails. And you should start working on including those people who, who are interested in engaging with your product and services. So when they engage, you will see that the category will change. Either they will become fair or good, or you only have those people who are highly likely to make a purchase with you, and then Einstein will say that you have a good or excellent audience health in your system. So okay, the next is email correct prediction. So Einstein has said that all the subscriber lists that you have in your system are very less likely to open your emails, but when you will send them the emails, they are highly likely to make a purchase based on the past data that I have engaged with my product and services. So Einstein said that, okay, your audience health is in poor state with respect to email open rate, but when they open it, looking at your product and services, or how have you designed your product and services in your emails, or the promotional campaigns that you have run, people have engaged to it. So the health is excellent when it comes to clickability. Subscriber retention prediction, suppose a customer has made a purchase with you, but depending upon the what Einstein is saying is the second purchase is very or have got the very less chances. So when it says that audience health is poor in subscriber retention, it says that first time users are there, but those users will make a second purchase with you or a continuous purchase with you. Those have got very less chances, and then you have very low retention numbers. So that is why it's saying that you have got very poor health here. Now we have got Einstein engagement frequency. What it does for you is, suppose you have 40,000 people, 40,000 odd data in your system. Some of the people you have been sending more than the prescribed number of emails to them, and then there are some odd records where you are very less, very not engaging with them on the there's a particular number. Those numbers should be there when you send out the emails. Like maybe in a week you should send 7 emails, or not in a week, but you can say in a month you can send 7 emails. But to the some subscriber you are sending more than 7 emails, say 20 emails you're sending, and some of the subscribers you're only sending 4 or 5 emails. So what Einstein engagement frequency does it for you is, it gives you the insights and say that there are some people whom you have been sending more than the prescribed number of emails, and then there are some people whom you're not engaging with, but they are highly likely to purchase with you. So moving on to the next slide. Since I don't have the customer base, I have not sent out the emails. So I don't have the real-time data with me. So I've taken a screen grab, or design the figures by myself just to showcase how Einstein works. Okay. So let's say it has analyzed and says that these were emails were analyzed by the Einstein, and these are the pending emails. Again, the reason is transactional emails are not analyzed by Einstein, because any which ways they will go out. So the second column, the second image which you see on my screen is, they have got saturated, on target, and undersaturated. On target means you're sending the just the right number of emails. Those are required to be sent. Suppose you're sending 5 emails in a month. Those are on target. You do not need to have, you do not have to send more than 5. You do not have to send less than 5. But there are people who are getting more than the prescribed emails, and those are categorized under saturated. So 1,74,000 people are such where I'm sending more emails, and if I'm sending more emails to them, there are high chances that they will unsubscribe, because I'm, bringing their notice to my product and services, and it is not necessary, it's not mandatory that they are interested in my products and services. So I'm generally bothering them, and when someone bothers you, you tend to make or part ways from them, and similar thing happens in here, and people start to unsubscribe to your emails and products and services, which is a loss to your company, because once a contact is lost, you will never be able to get them back, and then the chances were there the customer might have purchased something with you in the future, but now you have lost that opportunity. Similarly, you have undersaturated category, which says that these are the number of people, say 23 lakh people are there, to which you are sending very less number of emails, but if you can increase the frequency, there are chances that they will purchase with you. So you just need to redefine your strategy while sending your emails, so that all the people those are there in pink and light blue, they come under into this region which is called as on target. Yeah, this is all from my side. Because over to you.
Thanks, Weber. That was really insightful. We have some questions here, Weber. I'll just call out those questions, and you can help your feedback on those.
Okay.
So first question is from Jaydeep. He's asking why Insights was showing journey data. Why not automation?
Well, automations are used in journeys. So when in order to run the journey, you need automation. Automations never send out any emails. It's the journey which enables you to send the emails to the customer, the client that you have. Automation supports those journeys. Without automation, you cannot run the journey.
Perfect. Then the next question is from Prakash. Is this upper bound and lower bound configurable?
No, it is not configurable. It is decided by Einstein itself.
Okay. Another question from Prakash. I understand about the insights provided by Einstein on email engagement for various subject lines, but can Einstein also provide subject line suggestions or word suggestion to be included in the subject line for more engagement?
No, what it does is it can provide you with the emotional tone that you can use. You can express joy, happiness in your subject lines, or you can avoid using those subject lines which are performing below average, and you can concentrate on those, or you can configure those subject lines which have given you the higher engagement rate, in excluding those with those were transactional emails.
Okay. Next question is there any limit for number of records an API can hold when sync product catalog through API? Streaming update.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Next question is it like only STO use commercial communications and all other Einstein features use both transactional and commercial communication?
Okay, so there are some capabilities. Let me show you. So when you try to get this type of image, when it says that these emails were not analyzed, one reason is they were transactional. There can be other reasons also, like the attributes were not there, or the data was not there to be analyzed, so it could not analyze and give you the figures. But yeah, the one reason is transactional, but you have to look for it where it says that these many number of emails were not analyzed. Einstein has not analyzed the transactional emails, but when you see that no such figure have been presented, Einstein will say that, okay, I'll take up all the journeys that I've been running in the system. I'll consider all the one, irrespective of transactional or promotional or commercial.
Perfect. Next question is what are the prerequisites for activating Einstein?
So whichever activity you want to run, you have to type in the name by going into setup. and you have to write here the names. If you want to enable all, then you just type Einstein, and then you have to click on each and every Einstein capability and make them active.
Okay. Um, the next question is, what's the pros and cons if we enable the global data? Will global data enabling is good practice?
Didn't understand by what do you mean by global data? Can you
Uh,
repeat your query?
oh, it's Venkat. What's the pro? So Venkat and Shaurya had questions on global data. So what's the pros and cons if we enable the global data? Will global data enabling is good practice? And Shaurya asked, would like to hear something on global data model.
I would like to know more about what type of data is global data. Then I can answer.
Okay, yeah. All right. So let's move on the next question. Einstein works on historical data as well.
Yes, for the past 90 days, it will work. And beyond that, it will not. So it will only
Okay.
analyze the last 90 days data.
Okay. Anything which Einstein has figured out to deal with default open resource from Apple client?
Can you
Anything
please?
which Einstein has figured out to deal with the default open response from Apple client. So I think what Shaurya is asking here, Apple client is sending default open responses. Is there something in Einstein to handle that?
So irrespective of whether the client or the recipient is an Apple user or not, I guess it works for all.
Okay. I can see in copy insight some of the subject lines was average engagement rate. So what changes I can do in the subject line to make above average?
So Einstein has made you the recommendation that you should avoid using these subject lines. When you include, the discount percentage in your subject line, people tend to avoid it. When something is there which is beyond their understanding, usage of words should be such that it makes it easy to send across your message. When people don't understand what you're trying to say, they will not open your email. When you include the word say sale, this is like monotonous. Many people have been using in this since past many years, and people want something new in their subject line if you want to open them. So avoid using those subject lines which are very monotonous, coming from the past, very old, traditional marketing method. So when you use those traditional marketing methods, wordings in your subject lines, people tend to avoid that. So bring uniqueness, bring a tone of happiness, joyness, blissfulness, or maybe you can do something for them in order. When you try to sell your product, people tend to avoid that. If you say that you are trying to do something for them, people tend to open your email. So it's a give and take kind of a thing.
Hey,
Okay.
hi, I Jaideep this side.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt Vikash and Vaibhav.
Yeah.
So I asked this question. So I want like, is there not any suggestions given in the copy inside regarding the subject line? You will modify it or you will add this word or you will remove this word. So your subject line will be going to the above average engagement rate.
No, you don't get that.
So like how like it's just like you are telling about to like to predict or we need to check on like the tone of the happiness. But I think this is not correct. Right? If Einstein features giving you the suggestion, you will add or remove this kind of the words from your subject lines in the details. So I think that will be more helpful to going to the above engagement rate.
Well, Einstein only make recommendation and suggestion, but yeah, in this case, Einstein does not. It's a good point that you have made. Einstein should do that, but as of now, it is not.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then, okay, where I was. The next question is, does PECR, I think PECR stands for Privacy and Electronics Communication Regulations here, compliance makes any difference in the Einstein performance?
I don't think so. It makes any difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Activation of Einstein is limited to a particular BU level or account level?
It's account level. When you just apply it on your parent BU, it will be inherited in your child BUs.
Okay. What is Einstein global model opt out?
So global opt out is when you send the emails and then people unsubscribe, but there's no feature that I understand in tandem with Einstein that helps in global output opt out. Sorry.
Okay. And then the last question is, tools like Litmus, Email Acid helps with email subject line recommendations. Einstein can't. Okay, that was just a note. All right, I think those were all the questions there. And please, anyone, if you have any more questions, you can reach out to Webhow directly over LinkedIn, and then he should be able to respond back to you. All right, thanks, Weber. Let's quickly